Hey everybody, thank you for joining me in this video. I just wanted to do an introduction video. I've been doing YouTube for about a year and I realized I never introduced myself. Just showed up and started making videos and giving my opinion. So I just wanted to answer a few questions with this introduction video to tell you what is Zach Attack Reviews, and that is who, why, and how. I'm going to start with who. My name is Zach. Zachary is my full name, but don't call me that unless I'm in trouble. And I'm just a guy that geeks out over comic book content, sci-fi content, horror content, indie content. But over the last couple of years, I've been really getting into the technical parts of cinema and movies and indie, more like deeper into indie movies. So I'm geeking out all over that cool stuff that we love, but I also love well-made, well-rounded movies that are artsy and crafted out. And why I do this is because when I was going on this journey becoming kind of like a geeky cinephile, I had no one, and I mean no one to talk to about it. None of my friends were really into some of the movies like the A24s, the Neons, the Blumhouse. They just watched the popular movies that was there, or like even TV shows, because obviously it's not just movies. I also love TV shows. I love watching trailers and the way a real trailer is put together really well. I love it, and I love watching people react to it, and I also have a very expressive face, so I wanted to do that as well. And I wanted to create a community on YouTube with people who have similar feelings about movies I have, even if their opinions are different. And I've seen that grow as I've done this. I have people who comment and say like, hey, I think you did a good review even though I disagree with it, and I'm totally fine with that. I want positive discourse. That's the point of my channel. It's for me to express my opinion, help people who want to be informed about certain movies, trailers, shows, and get them to kind of tell them like what is really dope about this, what is really bad about this, what I think is good, but then also it might not be for you just because I think it's good. So that's the why I do it, to build a community, display my opinions, and help inform people while trying to entertain and show off my goofy personality at the same time. So I answered the who, I answered the why, and now it's time to answer the how. How I construct my reviews and how I explain my grading system, just so everyone has a reference. So the way I construct my reviews is I like to break down the good, which is first, after I explain like a little synopsis of the movie. And the good usually consists of things about the characters, the story, the technical aspects, which is like the cinematography, the score, the acting, and all the little tidbits and things that go into making a movie. I like to point those things out in certain stuff. Things that made me geek out as well, because that's part of it. A movie can be super well made, but if I didn't feel anything, then it doesn't really matter. It's just a bunch of really cool visuals and sounds and stuff like that, but it didn't make me feel anything. So that's a big part of things that I put in the good section. Also, there might be things that I mention in the good section that I don't particularly care for, but I think other people might, because I want to inform everybody, even if they have a different opinion from me, or to let you know like, hey, this is in the movie, you may like this, even though I in particular didn't like it. Now, to move on to the bad, same thing here, just in the opposite. Things that are in the bad section is usually things that I don't like, usually things about the characters, the story, the plot, or themes that I think does not work. And also things that I might like, but I don't think might work for other people, because I'm trying, like I said, I'm going to display my opinion, but I also want to give information out for people who may have different opinions from me as well. And also sometimes, I haven't done it a lot recently in my newer videos, but when a video deserves it, it's the ugly. The ugly is usually reserved for movies that have a very egregious point in their movie, whether it's a theme or an action by a character, or just certain societal things that they may have done in the video that I thought was like just off-putting. Like, for example, a horror movie killing a black person first. It's just like, wow, are we still doing this, you know? So when you see that pop up, that's kind of where I'm going with that section. And then just my grading system. I want to talk about my grading system. I do an A, B, C, D grading system. When I first came up with this channel, I was racking my brain to how I was going to do this, and I looked at different types of people. I'm inspired by the John Campions of the world, the Real Rejects, the Beyond the Trailers, the Chris Stuckmans, Jeremy Johns, and they all all have different kind of rating systems. Some do stars, some don't rate at all. Chris Stuckman does letters. Jeremy Jahns does like a drunk rating thing like that, and I was thinking about doing that as well, but I settled on doing the A, B, C, D record because I feel like I'm breaking down the movie in a technical aspect, and kind of like I'm breaking it down an essay. So I felt like giving it a grade would be good. And we all went to school. Well, hopefully we all went to school. And it was easy to understand, and I don't have to really do like a 0.5 or 0.8. It's just, this is an A. I might have to do a B or B plus. It's a solid letter and it goes right in there. So for movies that are A, movies that I totally engrossed me, I loved it, near masterpieces. Sometimes they're not masterpieces, but they're just so original and done really well. Or maybe they're not even that original, but it's just done at a masterful level. B pluses are for movies that are almost there. Those movies that almost took me over to the moon, that I think are really fantastic or really great, but they're not quite there. There's a missing theme there. B, it's just movies that are great. Movies are very enjoyable. They're exceptional. They're more than good. Most people might even think they're fantastic, amazing, and masterpieces, but for me, they're not that. It's not there. It's something missing there. Some thematic thing that's missing there to keep it to going to like a B plus or an A. C, good movies. That's really what it is. If I give it a C, it's a good movie. If I give it a C plus, it's something that is a little better than good. It's really good. It's close to being great, but there's a disconnect there that didn't get it there. A D is something that is not terrible. It's passable. It's something that's very passable. Something that if it's a show where it's like, okay, a lot of this wasn't that great, but it had a couple aspects that really drew me in, that I feel like it can be watchable for people. So it's not totally a waste of time, but there's probably other things that you can watch that are much better. And an F are just for the dumpster fires of movies and television, things that are totally garbage, don't have any watchable or replay value, or things that don't touch me on a technical level, a geek level, or a replay level. So that's, if you wonder how I do my grade scale and how those things work out, that is my grade scale. So this video was just to inform you how this channel came to be, who I am, why I do it, and how I grade and break down my reviews. Hit that like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can watch more of my videos, especially if you're a new viewer. Give the channel a chance and you can watch more right now.